Hey guys, David Onda from Xfinity here with Ant Ward, Omar Miller, Kat Graham, and Josh Brenner from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Guys, you are Ninja Turtles and April. Like, how absolutely cool is that?
Insanity.
Insane.
Do you feel safe?
With the Ninja Turtles? Absolutely. Like, that's all I wanted when I was a 10-year-old, to sit with the Ninja Turtles. Like,
Point proven.
There's nothing safe.
So, Omar, you play Raphael. He has the size. That was my weapon of choice when I was a kid. What do you what do you bring to Raphael that we haven't seen in all the other versions of Raphael over the years?
Honestly, I haven't seen another version of Raphael since I was a kid. So this is kind of a new world for me for all these adults who watch cartoons. But what I bring to it is an intensity because of the fantastic writing that we have, where Raph is the leader. This is the big wrinkle. And as the leader, we're trying to fail upwards, but we do a lot of failing in general.
Kat, April was unique in that she was a strong female presence among these giant hormonal teenage turtles. What do you love about the character of April?
Oh my gosh, I love so many things. I love how Aunt and Andy put her together in terms of how she's sketched. I love her attitude. I love that she's a part of their team. She's not just driving the getaway car. She's in these battles with them. I think it's amazing. It's profound. I like that they made her an African American young girl. I think that it's really important, especially with everything that's going on in the world. So there's everything about this character I love. I've fallen in love with, to the point where I dressed up like her in the panel yesterday. So it's getting obsessive. You should be very concerned and worried about your safety. It's getting bad about how much I love this character. My dog already looks like mayhem. Yes, that's the thing. We'll talk about it later.
Josh, you play Donatello. Does it drive you crazy when people call his weapon the stick?
Do you want me to take this, or you want to
Take it. Go for it.
we No, it's fine when people call it a stick. It is a stick, right? We got into this in the panel a little bit yesterday because what the guys have done, what Ant and Andy have done, is made the bow staff, thank you very much, a tech bow. So now there are all these amazing things that the staff does, including, in one episode, become a disco ball, which, that's a massive spoiler, but it is my favorite thing. No, it's a bow, but it's a tech bow now, and it's so cool. So yes, please show some respect.
And do you remember your first exposure to the Ninja Turtles, the first time you had ever seen the series or comic?
Yeah, I mean, that was, it all happened at the same time, between, watching the very, very first episode on VHS over at a friend's house, the first movie, seeing the second movie in theaters. It was a premiere, and in South Africa, it was very rare to have that kind of a thing. So we had the walkarounds at the premiere, and which was amazing. And then at the same time that was happening, I'd sneak into the adult comic book section of the bookstore chain called Exclusive Books, and read the Mirage comics. And they were so visceral and so like, I shouldn't be looking at this, but oh wow, this is amazing. And
Right?
and then
We're learning lots of new things about South Africa.
but they've been a part of my life for a long time, since my childhood. So
Thank you. Omar, in what ways do you personally relate to Raphael?
His size is his preferred weapon. And I think you, me, and Raphael have that in common, that apparently we all enjoy to use size because we're bigger than everyone. But you know what? There's a leadership angle to Raph in this version that I can identify with. And, there's a bit of speak first, think about it later in this version that unfortunately I can also relate to.
Kat, when you think about a new generation of fans enjoying these characters and discovering these characters all over again, what is it that makes you excited thinking about these kids discovering the Turtles?
I think that's such a great question because we're here at Comic-Con, so I'm actually getting to experience the first fans and the people that are responding to it, the most immediate fans. I will say that for me, even though I've been a Ninja Turtles fan for a long time, I always felt that it was kind of like a guys' show. And I loved April's character, but I couldn't really relate to it. I related more to the kick-butt turtles. And what I'm so excited about is I'm seeing so many girls come up to me and say they're so excited to watch this, and I'm excited to feel like it's not just a boys' show. It's like the girls can kick butt too, and I'm beyond excited about this new generation of fans, and that they're seeing this girl in this a young female cartoon in this way. It's, you know, yeah, we have Powerpuff Girls and stuff like that, but this is, it feels like in some weird way, even though it's Ninja Turtles, it's my character is human, and it's a reality.
Josh, if you're like me, you clearly, if you're like me, you have been practicing your various Ninja Turtle fight moves and the voice and the cowabunga and all that since you were yay high. How do you go about that when preparing for this role? Do you look in the mirror and do your voice? Like, how did you get to that point?
It's a lot about stretching for me. Staying loose, staying limber, hamstrings, quadriceps.
So, Omar, how do you go about preparing for your role? You know, do you look in the mirror and...
Oh, you know what? For me, Josh, you all right over there, buddy? Oh, nothing much. You know what? We actually have really good writers, and so one of the best preps that I can do is to read the scripts and read them in advance of getting into the booth, which then allows my imagination to run. And then when that happens, you know, we usually go over the time, and we end up in the booth for a long time. And as we saw last night, it seems like a lot of that stuff in general can get pieced together to be a really fun time. We have a really talented group overall. That's what I took from the floor in the panel yesterday, is that not just the faces and the voices that you see putting out. These guys are, despite sneaking into the adult section of comic book stores, they have some redeeming qualities. Of course. And their parents can be proud.
In retrospect, I probably didn't phrase that answer very well. But no, it's having these guys and the fantastic Cat as part of the show is amazing. They bring such a unique personality to everything. It's great.
I think is a great way to put it.
Josh, we'll give you another chance. Your favorite pizza topping? Go.
Triceps, biceps, your platysma, shoulder blades can get tight, lower back for sure. You're not gonna take it again?
No, I'm gonna let you go. I'm just gonna let you go. Enjoy your moment.
I'm a vegetable man. I like vegetable pizzas.
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon. Say Comic-Con into your X1 voice remote and watch the first 5 episodes before it airs right now.
Just say Comic-Con into your Xfinity X1 voice remote to see even more from this year's con.